These devices for repairing communicative misfires saturate our conversational lives. Indeed, beyond that, the researchers show that listeners will use the most specific, that is to say, the most precise request for repair whenever they can. Instead of just saying, "Huh?" whenever there is a misunderstanding, they drill down and ask, "Who?" or "What?" or even the narrower, "Who had a baby?" In other words, listeners work together with speakers. They collaborate to facilitate communication. In recent years, it has become common among linguists to suppose that there are semantic and syntactic universals underlying the apparent variety of human languages. These shared features of language are often explained as belonging to an innate universal grammar. Dingamansa and Enfield have uncovered a whole other kind of linguistic universal. These pragmatic or conversational universals are constraints placed on linguistic variation by the conditions of language use, and in particular, by the demands of being social. Language isn't just an assignment of semantic values to strings of sounds. As they remind us, the ecological niche of language is conversation, and conversation would be impossible, non-adaptive, if it didn't contain the resources for coping with communicative breakdown. It is the shared fact that we live and work and communicate together that grounds these linguistic universals, and not, as is sometimes claimed about syntactic or semantic ones, facts about language as an innate competence. Their extraordinary claim is that this fact alone, that human communication requires the ability to correct misunderstanding in real time during conversation, has led to a cross-cultural convergence not only on specific strategies for repair, but also, in some cases, even on shared words. Huh, they have also argued, is a universal word. Consider, the word for milk in German is Milch. In French, it is lait. Two quite different words, milch, lait, to refer to one thing. This is the basic observation that supports the linguistic principle that the relation between words and their meanings is arbitrary. You can't read the meaning off the word, and what a word means doesn't determine or shape the word itself. The bottom line, you need to learn words. And that's why you don't find the same words in every language. Sameness of word implies a shared history. No shared history, no shared words. English and German share the word for milk, German Milch, but that's because German and English share a common history. And there are words like okay that have pretty wide circulation, but only thanks to globalization and the influence of English. It would be astonishing if there was a word or a group of words that was actually native to all languages. This is precisely the claim made by Dingamansa and his colleagues. Huh, as in, huh, what did you say? It is claimed as a universal word. It occurs in every language, or in some suitably large sample of unrelated languages. They do not claim huh occurs in exactly the same form in all languages. Think milch and milk. A certain amount of variation is consistent with word identity, not only across languages, but also within language. Some English speakers say mulk, others milk, and so on. And so for this case. When it comes to huh, there are other kinds of differences too. It's a question word, and different languages use different prosody to mark the interrogative mood. Example, some languages like English use rising intonation, where others, like Icelandic, use falling. Exactly how huh gets said varies from language to language, which turns out to be crucial, for it rules out a natural objection to the claim of universality. Huh is universal, you could argue, because it isn't a word. It isn't the sort of sound that needs to be learned. You don't need to learn to sneeze or grunt. You don't need to learn to jump when you are startled. Huh must be like this. But you do need to learn to say huh in just the ways we need to learn